So now I'll be getting into the thick of the cryptocurrency revolution, the age of of the cryptocurrency. And this is important to have some context. I mentioned in my first video that the first presentation I made was to a family from the US who lives here in South Africa. And before even pulling out my iPad, I was asking what they know about Bitcoins. What do you know about Bitcoins? What's your take on it? And you'll find when you, perhaps it's the case for you as well, but when you speak to people, it's not really clear to everybody exactly what it is. It's a bit fuzzy. And so I thought I would begin before jumping into the actual technical side of how it is that we are winning in this field, just to make sure that everybody's on the same page about what a Bitcoin is and what's going on in the world with respect to that. So here's a quote from Richard Branson, the founder of Virgin Galactic and over 400 other businesses. He says, "Well, I think it is working. There may be other currencies like it that may be even better. But in the meantime, there's a big industry around Bitcoin. People have made fortunes off Bitcoin. Some have lost money. It is volatile, but people make money off of volatility too." So this is Richard Branson's take on Bitcoins, and you'll see it later. I'll post some videos that I found very interesting where wealthy people give their takes on Bitcoins. And Virgin Galactic, Richard Branson's space company, is actually accepting Bitcoins as payments, and so are companies like Dell and IBM and Amazon and thousands of companies. In fact, I think that pretty soon you won't be able to go to a restaurant or a shop, whether it's to buy a bike or whether it's to even buy a house, where people will not accept Bitcoin, and you'll see that it's already accepted in well over 100 countries as a currency. So what is Bitcoin? It is the first decentralized digital currency. And so here are some facts about Bitcoin. It's a worldwide cryptocurrency and digital payment system. It is referred to as the first decentralized digital currency. It works without a central repository or single administrator. It was invented by an unknown person or group of people known as Satoshi Nakamoto. So when I first began to look into the crypto world and also Bitcoins, the fact that it was invented by an unknown person used to bother me. And I thought, well, it's kind of shady. We don't even know who started it and what circumstances. But I understand now that the fact that this person or this group of people chose to remain unknown is because it is such a disruptive technology and a disruptive innovation that central governments and all kinds of ill-intentioned people who are profiting from the fiat currency and the reserve banks would have gone after this person, and they would have terminated this project quite quickly. And so, yes, it is invented by an unknown person, and if it hadn't been so, we wouldn't be here speaking about it. And it was released as an open source software in 2009. It is a peer-to-peer system, and transactions take place between users directly without an intermediary. So as you see here on the picture featured, this young lady could be in Canada, and this person could be selling a product or a service based out of Thailand and Bangkok. And that transaction would be instantaneous without having to go through explaining to a central bank or giving some SWIFT code and so on and so forth, or taking 3 days for the money to be transferred. And so it's a bit like, I guess, transacting by credit card, except that this is now a whole new currency, a whole new payment system. Transactions are verified by network nodes. You can do some research about that, and recorded in the public distributed ledger called blockchain. The blockchain technology is actually disrupting, as we speak, a whole host of industry, from the financial industry to the music industry and everything else. So I encourage you to do some research about that. And here, just below the picture, it says Bitcoins can be exchanged for other currencies, products, or services. There's a video here. I realized yesterday that my screen recorder does not record sound emanating from the actual device, and so I will post that video in attachment to this communication. I urge you to take the time to go through that video. It's actually a really cool one because